Hello and welcome back. We are here for our sixth and final game of the evening between the Roosevelt Rough Riders from Washington and the Tualatin Timberwolves. Both teams scraping out a victory yesterday. Tualatin over Grants Pass and Roosevelt over West Salem. This year's Holiday Classic is brought to you by Pacific Office Automation. Pacific Office Automation is dedicated to the belief that a team of individuals who constantly challenge each other will develop the skills and manpower necessary to solve any problems, whether it's for the customer, the company, or the community. Pacific Office Automation started in 1976 in Portland, Oregon, selling copy machines. 44 years later, they are consistently recognized as a leader in office management solutions, offering state-of-the-art technology and award-winning service that has helped them grow to 25 offices throughout Oregon, Washington, California, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, Idaho, and Colorado. Visit their website to learn more about solutions they can provide you at www.pacificoffice.com.
All right, starting lineups being announced as we get set for our second marquee game of the evening on the winner's side of the bracket. As Jacob alluded to earlier, a couple of good wins yesterday for both teams, and they're going to look to carry that success into this one. The young core of the Rough Riders going up against the more experienced Tualatin Timberwolves. T-Wolves do have the advantage in terms of height here over the Riders, so we'll have to see how the Rough Riders can adapt and take advantage of that, while the Timberwolves most likely going to look to go down to the low post and be successful in the paint. So just waiting for the Stripes here to get the tip set for us. So Hall set to take the tip along with Smith for the T-Wolves. And Smith wins the tip. T-Wolves off to a quick start. Miedic with the layup. Unsuccessful on the attempt though. And that's Curtis that's going to come down with the rebound and draw the foul. So early foul here for the T-Wolves. T-Wolves got into the foul trouble in their last game, so could become a factor here as well. T-Wolves come out in the zone. Hall with it. Burke Brown now takes the three. Bang! Burke Brown opens up the scoring for Roosevelt, and they hop out to an early 3-0 lead over the Timberwolves.
A big three to get this game going.
And looks like the Rough Riders are going to be pressing full court here, try and nullify that height advantage of the Timberwolves by creating some early turnovers in the backcourt. Riders pick up the foul here, though. And inbound down to Smith. T-Wolves swing the ball around. Miedic with it up top. Padilla cross-court pass to Lucas. Smith along the baseline. Miedic up top. Got a look. Doesn't like what she sees. And this is a fast Roosevelt team, really closing out quickly here. And shot clock running down. Miedic drives, puts it up, can't get it to go. And Padilla is going to come down with the rebound for the T-Wolves. Ball never hit the rim, so no reset on the shot clock, and that is going to be a turnover for the Timberwolves. Good defensive showing here from the Rough Riders to start the game, as they hold off the Timberwolves for the entire shot clock.
Yeah, Timberwolves were moving the ball really well there, but that Rough Rider defense was just closing out too quick.
And errant pass there from Sang as the ball goes out. Riders back into their full court press. Rosamena with it, finds Lucas, and Timberwolves deal with the press no problem. Skip pass. Smith into a Rosamena. Rosamena has a good look, can't get the shot to fall though, and here comes Burke Brown and the Rough Riders. Into Hall, out to Curtis. Curtis puts up a three. Bang! That's 2 quick threes for the Rough Riders. And that one's going to count. Little timeout for the ref. Wardrobe malfunction for the Rough Riders, and Timberwolves set to inbound.
Ref's going to have her take off the ice. Not allowed to play with that on, unfortunately.
And Lucas with it. Lucas goes up for the shot, blocked by Burke Brown. Sang down the sideline, back out to Curtis. Curtis, and Padilla takes that one away. Finds Miedic down low and unable to convert. So, couple missed opportunities there for the Timberwolves. Some good looks, unable to sink the shots. And the Rough Riders still with a 6-point lead here early in the first quarter. Burke Brown pump fakes, dribbles, pulls up, no good. And that one is shot by Horan. And Smith comes up with the rebound. Timberwolves pushing the pace. Miedic thought about a shot. Rosamena with it now. Back out top. And Smith shoots over Burke Brown and gets it to fall. So Smith will put the Timberwolves on the scoreboard. And Rosamena just takes it away from Sang in the corner. Miedic drives baseline, swings it across, but Horn's there to intercept it. Unfortunately, ends up stepping out of bounds as Hall checks in along with Richardson.
Yeah, Roosevelt quite undersized, but they're making up for it by how fast and physically they're playing.
Absolutely, playing extremely fast and collapsing on the paint as Smith draws the foul, and she will go to the stripe for 2. And Smith makes the first, misses the second. Good effort there from Swanson to corral the rebound for the Rough Riders. Quick ball movement here offensively. Trying to break down the zone defense of the Timberwolves. And they're going to get Curtis with a travel. So Dorling checks in. Swanson will check out. Halfway through the first quarter. Rosamena, good looking jump shot from the free throw line, falls for her. And now Curtis up top for the Rough Riders. Good bounce pass over to Richardson. Burke Brown drives down the sideline, the baseline, and steps out of bounds. A good defense there from the Timberwolves to close off that baseline and not allow Burke Brown to get the angle. Rosamena drives, puts the ball up, off the rim. Curtis with the rebound. Curtis. And Padilla is going to force the jump, and the ball will stay with the Rough Riders. Burke Brown pump fakes, gets a shot off, and that's Dorling fighting for the rebound down low. Padilla swats that pass. Lucas picks it up, runs the fast break, goes up, and Curtis now, the Riders are going the other way. Curtis, good D in the transition game by Arosamena. Lucas is gonna get called for the travel, and ball goes to the Riders. Took a couple too many steps on her way up to the basket. So Riders still in the lead, 6-5, 3 minutes to play here in the first. And Richardson up top to Curtis. Curtis takes a dribble, shoots it, and Smith will come down with the rebound for the T-Wolves. Rosamena now pushing the action, finds Mijadic in the corner. She spots up, puts it up, boom! Mijadic puts that three away from the corner and gives the Timberwolves their first lead of the night.
Couple stops in a row there for the Timberwolves. That's another one.
Good job defensively here late in the first quarter. And that's a block for Dorling, but it's going to go off of Dorling on its way out of bounds and stay here with the T-Wolves. Rosamena puts it up and rebounded by Burke Brown. Riders had success early offensively, not so much as of late. They're going to look to settle down here, and Timberwolves defense comes up with another stop. They force the turnover, and they'll have the ball back.
Yep, they're just putting down the clamps right now. Roosevelt had a hot start with those 2 threes, but struggling to find something since.
Rosamena in the high post turns, puts up a shot. Nice shot from Rosamena with Roosevelt defenders draped all over her. And foul is going to be on the Timberwolves. That's Simon Ellich.
Height differential proving a factor, as for about the third time Rosamena has been able to face up and shoot over the defenders from the high post.
And Timberwolves defense staying strong. Oren ends up coming away with it for the Riders, and she's going to draw the foul. So a minute to go here. Curtis is going to check back in for Hall. And the Riders set to inbound from the baseline. They're going to stack it up. Dorling out to Richardson. Richardson tries a three and gets it. Bang! So 3 threes here for the Riders in the first, and that's what's keeping them in it. 10-9 the score. And Simon Ellich tries one of her own. Doesn't get it to fall. Horan with the rebound. 45 seconds to play. Curtis puts up a three, no good. But Burke Brown's there for the rebound, puts it back up. And fighting for the rebound are the Timberwolves. They end up poking it out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Riders.
Couple of ways for the Riders to attack the 2-3 zone. You either get inside and attack the open spots, or you settle for the outside looks. And right now it seems like they're pretty happy with settling for the outside looks. 3 threes to start off the game, only down by 1.
Yeah, looking good from the perimeter are the Riders. Riders take a timeout here, try and draw something up before the close of the first quarter.
Quick timeout here. I'd like to give a quick thank you to BSN Sports. With the widest selection of athletic gear, all the top brands at great prices, and with fast shipping, visit www.bsnsports.com. See what the country's largest distributor of sport apparel and equipment can do for your team. Quality goods since 1972, factory direct gear, satisfaction guaranteed. BSN Sports is at the heart of your game.
Burke Brown to inbound, finds Curtis. Burke Brown goes to her left, puts it up. Arosemena with the rebound. Pushing the tempo. Curtis gets the steal. Horan got an open lane to the basket, puts it up and in. So just like that, the Riders back on top after the Timberwolves come back from an early Riders lead. 10 seconds to play. Mijadic with the ball up top. And intercepted by Curtis. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Curtis puts it up. And that is how the first quarter will come to a close. Lots of action in this one. Score 11-10. Roosevelt over Tualatin. We'll be back shortly with more second quarter action. Lucas inbounds to Padilla as the second quarter gets underway here at Lincoln High School. Roosevelt with the 11-10 lead over the Timberwolves. Lucas to Arosemena. Arosemena puts up a three from the corner. No good, but Smith there to get the rebound, and she's fouled on her way up. So Smith with a trip to the line and an early foul here for the Riders. Relatively clean first quarter. Both teams will hope to keep that going here in the second. As Smith falls short on her first attempt. And Smith unable to convert from the line, but there's Padilla to clean up the offensive glass and put it in on the second chance attempt. Turnover offensively for the Riders. Mijadic now. Mijadic pulls up. And Swanson comes down with the rebound for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. So good matchup here so far between the Riders and the Timberwolves. Two very different play styles, but equally matched through the first quarter and some change here in the second. Lucas with the steal. Lucas with it. Hall on Lucas. Arosamena. Arosamena looking for a cutting Lucas, but the ball goes out. Richardson brings the ball up the court. Riders looking to attack this zone defense of the Timberwolves. Burke Brown with it, kicks it out. Sang in the high post, out to Burke Brown. Burke Brown puts up a three and falls short. Arosamena with the rebound. And the Timberwolves settle into their half-court offense. Entry pass down low to Smith. Smith backs down. Swanson gets her own rebound and puts it in. Powerful move from Smith down there in the low post. She's getting going here early in the second. Padilla back to Miedic. Back to Padilla. Into the high post to Arosamena. And Miedic in the corner, open look. Can't get this one to go, but Lucas is there for the rebound. And the offensive glass for the Timberwolves has been a big part of their success as they lead 14-11 here with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And errant pass there from Richardson goes out of bounds. Timberwolves with possession. Richardson on Miedic. Smith down low, back to Arosamena. Arosamena powerful, goes up, rises up over Dorling and puts it in for the T-Wolves as their lead extends to 5. Dorling to Swanson. Burke Brown now with it, drives baseline, finds Dorling on the inside. Dorling had a look there, but Lucas comes down with the rebound. So Miedic now with it. Over to Padilla in the perimeter. Arosamena in the high post, and Arosamena gets another one to fall. So Arosamena coming alive here in the second quarter, going to work in the high post. Richardson puts up a three, splash! Richardson with the three-pointer, and that's 4 threes now for the Riders, and that's really keeping them in it. But Arosamena just spots up on the elbow, and she has been unstoppable from there tonight. So good three-point shooting from the Riders, keeping it close here. But they're going to have to find other avenues of attack as the oh, there's Burke Brown for 3, and she gets that one. Wow. Just as I'm saying, they might need to look inside. Burke Brown comes in and shuts me up with a three-pointer from the top of the key. Arosamena turns, finds Smith down low. Swanson comes across and fouls Smith.
Tough to wonder if maybe the T-Wolves are thinking about switching out of that zone.
Yeah,
giving up a lot of open looks on the perimeter, and Roosevelt's able to knock him down right now. So maybe a second thought behind that shortly here.
Definitely. And if you're the Riders, you're going to want to use your speed and quickness to get cuts going. If it does go to a man-to-man and try and score in the paint. Smith unable to convert from the stripe. Richardson now with the ball. To Dorling in the high post. Out to Sang. Sang from the elbow. No good, but Arosemena fouled on the rebound. And no, they're going to say it's on Arosemena. They're going to call it a push in the back. And the Riders going to get the ball down low. Still a clean matchup between these two teams. Very few fouls called so far throughout the game.
Yeah, both teams running a zone defensively, and both offenses are getting the looks they want, so.
T-Wolves have it. Miedic to Lucas. Aggressive defense here from the Riders. And ball is going to go out off the Riders and stay here with the T-Wolves.
Yeah, it looks like Roosevelt's going to look to pressure a little bit more here in these last 2:30. Wow.
And Arosemena goes up and gets it and fouled on the shot. So she'll have an opportunity to go to the line for the triple here and extend the lead of the Timberwolves. And ball goes out to the Riders. Richardson bringing the ball up for Roosevelt. Timberwolves still in their zone. Sang to Lausen. Lausen skip pass into Dorling. Back out to Richardson. Swanson now with it. Sang with it. And tries to find Dorling in the high post, but unsuccessful. And Miedic out on the run. Can she get the finish? No, and Simon Elich knocks it out of bounds. So back to the Riders we go. And Burke Brown checking in for the Rough Riders. So 2 minutes to go here. Scores 22-17. Tualatin in the lead over Roosevelt. And turnover there by the Riders has the T-Wolves on offense and looking to attack. That's Smith. Back to Arosemena. And Arosemena has just been on fire from that high post position.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're watching replays out here. It's just high post jumper after high post jumper.
Absolutely, and they're using Smith as a decoy on the baseline to bring that defense down, and it leaves Arosemena wide open on the high post. And Arosemena going to get called with a foul here. That's her second in just a couple of minutes. Dorling at the line to shoot two. Dorling knocks down the first. And Padilla will check in for Arosemena, who's in foul trouble now. Could play a big factor here as the game goes on. So good free throw shooting from Dorling, cuts the lead down to 5. Padilla out to Simon Elich. To Smith, and pass mishandled by Padilla. Here come the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Burke Brown goes for it, doesn't get it.
Good hands.
Great hands there, though, from the Riders. Richardson now with it. Curtis in the corner. Up to Horan. Richardson, and goes off the T-Wolves and out of bounds. Burke Brown drives, pulls up. Ooh. Maybe gets caught on the hand there a little bit, but no call from the referees. Miedic drives. Ball in her right hand, picks up her dribble. Out to Lucas. Smith down low, backing down Hall. And Smith puts that one up and in. 10 seconds to go here in the half. Some urgency here from the Riders. Richardson with it, back to Curtis. Curtis puts up a three, and that is how we will end the first half. Timberwolves lead 26-19 over the Riders.
Yeah, started out pretty even there in the first quarter. T-Wolves pulling away with it a little bit there at the end of the second. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
All right, everybody, welcome back for second half action here between the Tualatin Timberwolves and the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Score as it stands is 26-19 in favor of the Timberwolves. Both teams looking to advance in the tournament bracket after their wins yesterday. So I expect a lot of competitiveness here in the second half as both teams fight to advance in this 2023 Pacific Automation Holiday Classic. So both teams unsuccessful on their first try at offense. See if they can get something going here. Sang drives, kicks it out. Burke Brown with it, back to Sang. And definitely pressing out here on that zone. Here are the Timberwolves as Burke Brown puts up a three, and Lucas comes down with the rebound. But as we were talking about in the first half, the Rough Riders, the majority of their points came from that three-point line, with the Timberwolves sitting back in that tight 2-3 zone. Looks like they're pressing out a little bit more on the perimeter here.
Yeah, definitely made a couple of adjustments there at the half. They don't want to give them as much space as they did there. Roosevelt obviously proving that they can knock down that open three.
And Lucas with the offensive foul. So foul for the Timberwolves. Not a lot of fouls so far in this game, but yes, you can see here the Timberwolves pressing out on the perimeter. It's going to open up lanes in the middle, though, as Sang lets one fly. Lucas comes down with the rebound, and she is going to travel. So a little mental mistake there from Lucas, and she's going to give the ball right back to the Riders.
Yeah, tough pickup there when you're pushing the pace in transition. Think you see an open pass, but they're not looking.
So a couple different opportunities here now for the Riders. They need to move the ball quickly, trying to attack that high post. And if they can move the ball quickly enough, they may even be able to get a swing pass to the far side and get a three off that way, as that's where most of their success has come from. As ball goes out of bounds off the Riders, is going to stay with the T-Wolves. So Richardson and Dorling check in for Sang and Curtis. Early change here for the Riders, trying to keep fresh legs out there on the court. And if you're the Timberwolves, you need to start going back to Smith down low, which they do here, but Dorling with the good hands, and Arosamena with the shot. Arosamena fights for the rebound, and she's going to come up with it. So an offensive board there for Arosamena. Skip pass. Back to Smith down low. And Arosamena in the corner lets one fly, comes up a little short, and Hall is going to come up with the rebound. Burke Brown goes to her left, pulls up at the elbow. Bang! Burke Brown puts it up and in, and that'll open up the scoring here for Roosevelt in the second half.
Yeah, fundamental possession there. Attacks the open space of the zone. Pulls up from the open elbow jumper and knocks it down.
And Smith puts up a jump shot of her own, not able to knock it down here, and Richardson pushing the tempo for the Riders as Hall
Here we go.
Pulls up from three right in the corner there. She steps back, makes sure she's behind the line, and puts it in. What a shot there from Hall, and the Riders getting going from the three-point line here early yet again in the second half. Smith down low. She's just too tall. Gets her own rebound and fouled on the way back up. Now, Smith has struggled from the line. So if you're the Riders, something to take into consideration here. You might take the foul, especially with no one in real foul trouble here. So 2-point game. Smith at the line. knocks down the first and extends the lead to 3 for the Timberwolves. Comes up short on the second attempt. Hall pushing the tempo. Doesn't have the numbers, though. And Burke Brown drives baseline, steps out of bounds, and the ball is going to go back to the T-Wolves. With it into a Rosamena and deflected by Swanson. Hands in the passing lanes for Roosevelt.
Yeah, a lot more pressure there on the high post defense, so seems like they're determined to not let that be what beats them.
Definitely Rosamena went to work on the elbow in the first half. They're going to try and shut that down here in the second. And that's Mijadic in the corner. She has a good look. Unable for it to fall, and ball will go to the Riders. So Richardson with the ball. Burke Brown now with it, and she's going to get called for the extension. Just extended that arm a little bit too much. Mijadic might have played that one up a little bit, and she draws the charge.
Yeah, sometimes you got to leave the extendo behind. Ended up coming out there.
And looks like there's a little bit of sweat on the floor as Simon Ellich checks in for the T-Wolves. And Mijadic did not get her feet set in bounds as Simon Ellich passed it back, so another mistake there for the T-Wolves, and the Riders back on offense. Burke Brown with it. Quick pass to Richardson. Dorling in the high post. Hall with it. Hall outside. Spots up, puts it up, and Mijadic comes down with the rebound. Hall on Lucas. Hall now on Simon Ellich. Aggressive defense here from the Riders. Mijadic takes one dribble, pulls up and drains it along the baseline. Great move there for Mijadic to get the open look. Hall down low to Dorling. Dorling going to work on Smith. Smith rejects it, sends it back, but Richardson picks it up. Dorling cutting, and Rosamena is going to pick this one up. Rosamena on the fast break. Burke Brown on Rosamena. And Smith. Good cut there from Smith, and a better pass from Rosamena. Smith able to finish and extend that Timberwolves lead back up to 7. Richardson from 3. Splash! Richardson puts it away, and every time the Timberwolves start to pull away, the Riders come up with a huge 3 to bring that lead back down to 4 for the Timberwolves. Rosamena on the high post. Got to be careful here now if you're the Riders. Good move from Rosamena, and she puts it away. Dorling turns on Smith. Burke Brown drives. Ball comes down. Dorling slow to get up. Oh, she's all right. Richardson with, and Rosamena is going to travel. And there was a whistle there that might have thrown Rosamena off.
Take a quick moment here to give thanks to Nike for sponsoring the Holiday Classic once again. Nike is dedicated to championing continual progress for athletes and sport by taking action to help athletes and their communities reach their full potential. Thanks to the continued support of Nike, the PIL athletic community has grown both in size and capability year in and year out. We're incredibly grateful to have Nike in our backyard and on our team. Big thanks to Nike for sponsoring once again.
So Richardson receives the inbound out of the timeout. Burke Brown up top, down to Lausen. Richardson in the corner, and good hands in the passing lanes. Lucas tips it. Mijadic now with it. Rosamena puts it up, can't get it to fall. Smith, and Padilla has it. Padilla's been quiet tonight, had a good game in her first outing, but quiet here tonight against Roosevelt. And Lausen with it. Lausen finds Richardson on the outside. Down to Horan. Horan back to Richardson in the corner. She's been good from there so far. Can't get it to go though. And Arosamena corrals the rebound. Richardson with the steal. And Richardson's pushing the ball down the court. Smith with the block. And Riders set to inbound here. These Timberwolves starting to look a little tired. Not a ton of players in the rotation for the T-Wolves. And this smaller, faster Roosevelt team starting to wear them out. So timeout Roosevelt here as the inbound was getting close to 5 seconds. And they're going to drop a play from the baseline. 30 seconds to go here in the third. T-Wolves lead 33-27 over the Riders. All right, back after the break. And Curtis to inbound. And Horan finds herself open, but Smith rejects her down low. And Smith is just a problem for the Riders with her height advantage in the post.
Yeah, she's going to be having a lot of return mail with how many shots she's sent back tonight.
Richardson from the top of the key, bang! Richardson with a couple of big threes here in the second half, and the Timberwolves now have the ball with 10 seconds to go in the third, up by 3. Mijadic crosses over to her left, goes back to Padilla in the middle, out. That's Simon Nelich, bang! And excuse me, that's Hernandez for the Timberwolves, and Hernandez with a big 3 to end the third and put the Timberwolves back up by 6. What a turn of events there for the Riders at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, it really felt like they had the momentum swinging there at the end with that Richardson 3, and T-Wolves just come down and answer with one of their own at the horn. So they shut that down pretty quick, get the momentum back in their hands, and stretch this lead out to 6.
So Hernandez set to inbound for the Timberwolves. Miedic to Hernandez in the corner again. Out to Padilla. Padilla pump fakes, drives, looks to go off the glass, can't get it to go. Sang corrals the rebound for the Riders. She's going to push the tempo here. And Timberwolves find their shape on defense fairly quickly as Curtis can't handle the pass in from Horan. Rosamena. And Smith now one-on-one against Curtis. Smith can't put it in, but she gets fouled as she puts up the second chance point. And she'll go to the line to shoot one here and extend the lead of the T-Wolves. And Smith knocks down the free throw to complete the triple. Lausen with it. And Hernandez on the run here. Gonna get a fast break and she converts. Great steal and fast break conversion there from Hernandez. She's come alive here in the fourth. So ball's gonna stay with the Riders. Timberwolves out to a hot start here in the fourth quarter with an 11-point lead now over the Riders. Dorling out to Horan. Horan back inside to Dorling. And foul on Smith. So foul's not really a factor so far here in this game. We'll have to see if that is still the case by the end of the fourth quarter. Dorling with it, and Arosamena steals it away. Arosamena forcing the issue for the Timberwolves. Spots up for three, gets it, splash! Arosamena from the arc, and she puts that one away, and the T-Wolves are starting to run away with it.
Yeah, she's scoring from all three levels tonight, and Roosevelt doesn't really have an answer for it.
That height advantage of the Timberwolves really becoming a factor here late in the game. So Roosevelt to inbound. Richardson with it. Richardson into Burke-Brown. Back out to Richardson. Burke-Brown with it now. Dorling in the middle, goes up, can't get it to fall. And Arosamena claims the rebound. Up to Smith. Out to Miedic, but good closeout there from Horan as Miedic had a look. Hernandez in the corner. Hernandez gonna put up another three. Gets her own rebound and blocked by Dorling. It's gonna end up going the way of the Riders. So 5.5 minutes to go in the game here. Horan spots up from the elbow, and Smith gets her fingers on it. Gonna be a foul though on Padilla. And Curtis set to inbound for the Riders. So the three-point shooting, what's been keeping the Riders in this one so far, but as of late, the Timberwolves have been knocking down some threes as well, and they've really pulled ahead here in the fourth.
Yeah, they certainly have, and the Riders have been trying to get into the paint, but Smith has been shutting it down.
And there's Curtis. Curtis knocks down a three, so that cuts the lead down to 11. 5 minutes to go. Time left for the Riders to mount a comeback. but they're going to have to stop Arosamena down low, and they do here. Curtis with it. Hernandez on Curtis. Burke Brown spots up, puts up a three, can't get it to go, but Swanson with the effort, and Mijadic just rips it away from her on the rebound. Mijadic to her left, puts it up, off the glass. Burke Brown with the rebound. Burke Brown now. Burke Brown again. And ball is going to go out of bounds to the T-Wolves. So the feed inside to Smith, unsuccessful. Burke Brown has it, tries to find Curtis down low. Ball goes out off the Timberwolves. And Riders will inbound yet again from the baseline. So Riders desperately needing some points here. Curtis makes a good cut, gets the ball up, and foul is going to be on Swanson for pushing Smith from behind. So Padilla takes the inbound for the T-Wolves to Arosamena. Swanson on Arosamena. Arosamena switches to her left, puts up a shot, draws the foul, and she's going to be shooting two from the line with just half of this fourth quarter remaining.
Third team foul. Arosamena to the line, shooting two.
So Arosamena knocks down her free throws. And the T-Wolves are up by 13.
And that's going to be 4 for the Wolves.
So 14 fouls for the Wolves. Riders close to getting into the bonus, but Coach Pappas for the Timberwolves decides he wants to talk it over with his team.
Quick timeout here. Take a second to thank orthopedic and fracture specialists. A life well lived tends to be an active one, but sometimes an active life leads to injuries to bones, joints, or both. That's where orthopedic and fracture specialists come in. Our team of physicians are passionate about their work and compassionate for their patients. They're here to help you put your life in motion. OFS is the only full-service orthopedic practice on the west side of Portland that offers immediate diagnostics and treatment within one facility. Big thanks to OFS for sponsoring once again.
And Burke Brown puts up a three, can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound now. Swanson has it, but and good time out there from the coach of the Riders. Coach Gannasso calls a timeout when Swanson was about to commit a turnover. So back from the break now. And the Riders set to inbound here. Hall with it. Back out to Richardson. 13-point lead for the Timberwolves. Riders looking to cut into that here. Time is running out for Roosevelt. And they draw the foul and go to the line. That might be the key to clawing away at this lead of the Timberwolves. With 3:30 to go here in the fourth, they are in the bonus. And Smith comes down with the rebound. Mijadic now has it. She'll bring the ball up the court. She drives to her right, puts it up, can't get it to go though, and there's a foul called. Looks like it's gonna be on the floor. So, not a shooting foul here. Padilla gets the offensive rebound, and Smith now gets her own board. Smith down low on Hall. Finds a cutting Padilla. Beautiful move there from Padilla, and a nice reverse layup. Warren back out to Burke Brown to Richardson to Curtis in the corner. Curtis pump fakes, drives right. Richardson puts up a three, can't get it to go, and Smith comes down with the rebound. So a 14-point lead here with 2.5 minutes to go for the T-Wolves. Starting to look like it might be out of reach for the Rough Riders. They're gonna need a couple quick threes if they want to get back into this one. Lucas down low on Curtis. Lucas, good move. And Lucas puts it in over Curtis. And now seemingly a very tall task for the Rough Riders with just 2 minutes remaining. And jump ball is called as Sang checks back in. Lucas gets the steal for the Timberwolves. She's driving and pulls it out. Timberwolves gonna just want to eat up as much clock as possible here with 1:30 to go. And ooh, looks like Dia got her elbows out a little too much there. Caught Curtis in the head. She's gonna get called for the offensive foul.
Going to be important for Roosevelt to pick up the pace here. Going to need some quick shots and open looks if they want to come back to this one.
And Lucas with another steal. That is going to seal it up here for the Timberwolves. A 16-point lead with 1:11 to go. And looks like there's a foul on the Timberwolves here, so Richardson will shoot two. And timeout taken here by the Rough Riders.
possibly our last timeout break of the night. We can thank one more of our presenting sponsors. That's going to be Providence Sports Medicine. Providence is known for caring for people of all ages, and they strive to provide both prevention and treatment of injuries ranging from cramps to concussions and everything in between. They offer care from sports medicine specialists 7 days a week, 365 days a year. To learn more or make an appointment, call 503-29-SPORT or visit providenceoregon.org/sportsmedicine. Providence Sports Medicine can make you better by any measure. Big shout out to Providence for staffing medical experts out here to deal with any injuries that come up during the tournament, so their support is much appreciated every year.
So Richardson makes her free throw. And now just a 15-point lead. Inbound to Smith, back to Miadic. Horn on Miadic. A minute to go here. And the Timberwolves are just going to look to waste as much clock as possible as they pass this around. That was Tualatin on the shot, and they're going to get Simon Ellich with the travel. So Richardson has it. Five seconds to go, and Hall puts one up and in off the glass. And no shot clock here for the Timberwolves, so if they can get this ball into the front court, theoretically they can just hold it until the end. And Hall gets the steal. 10 seconds to go here. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be the Timberwolves ball with 8 seconds remaining. And Miadic puts it up and in. And that will do it here at Lincoln High School. Thank you for joining us today for 6 games. We have another full slate tomorrow for you. We'll be broadcasting live all day. And final score here for the Timberwolves, 52-37 for the Rough Riders. So hard-fought battle here, but the T-Wolves will be moving on and are one step closer to taking home that Holiday Classic trophy.
Yep, that's the end of the day today. A big shout out to all of our sponsors, everybody who's making the tournament happen. Much appreciated. Couldn't be done without all the volunteers who are working hard. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 12 o'clock, for game number 1 of day number 3. Tomorrow's the last day. 6 games once again. And then we will see you next year after tomorrow. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and hope you have a happy new year.